Stephen Slate's SSD5 is an extremely versatile MIDI drum library that can integrate into a lot of genres quite seamlessly. It comes jam-packed with a ton of drum sounds to choose from, and one of the awesome things about SSD5 is it has a really nice brush kit. Now all I did was load up the deluxe jazz brushes kit, but I didn't really like the sound of the bass drum that was in the preset. I auditioned a couple of kicks until I found one that I liked. If you have a single velocity, it's going to sound bad. You have to spend a bit of time playing with the velocities to humanize them to make it sound more authentic. So with a little bit of work, you can make these drums sound really believable. Now, since we're talking about versatility, here's a little something I prepared earlier using the Metal Man kit. I think that sounds fantastic. Some really great sounds. To edit a drum sound, you just click on a name above the channel strip. And for example, I can change the tuning of this kick. That's super handy if you're trying to tune it to your track. The ADSR section, I like to use this to shorten up my drum sounds and make them nice and punchy. Just removes that excess rumble. I do the same thing on the toms. I love a lot of snare room sound to make the snare sound really big. But when you're doing live drums, there's a ton of cymbals in the room sound. It does make it a little bit trickier. But when working with MIDI drums like SSD5, I can pull the cymbals right back out of the room sound. So to do that, we just come over to our edit tab and then we click on the drum we want to edit. Now I can see the rooms right here and I can set the amount of volume going into the room, and I've pulled these down to -15. So I get that big explosive room sound with the shells of the drums and add a ton of compression to it without the cymbals being an issue. Let's see how SSD5 handles a country pop track. That sounds super fat, and it wouldn't be a pop song without some 808 hi-hats. And the cool thing about SSD5 is it has a folder of electronic drum sounds to play around with too. And then we're blending that in with our kit. So another great feature of SSD5 is that you can load multiple samples and blend them together. So you can see we've got 3 kicks, and when we play the track, they're all going to play together. So realistically, these 3 examples that I've just shown you are just scratching the surface of the sounds and the capabilities of what you can achieve with SSD5. If you're looking for a MIDI drum library that covers a lot of needs, I highly recommend you check out Stephen Slate's SSD5.